Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Ace Attorney. Let's continue from where we left off, and also the Claude lore video will be up this Sunday. I've been working on it for some time. I hope that you guys love it. I've had a lot of fun making it, spent a lot of time working on it. It's going to be over an hour long, but it's going to be a great lore project. But anyways, let's continue from where we left off. We're going to the trial now. So there's some really creepy things going on at this school, and we're going to try to get to the bottom of this and find out exactly what the hell is going on at this school. October 25, 9:47 a.m. Okay. District Court. Defendant Lobby. Number 3. My butterflies have butterflies in their stomach. So, what's it like to have your very own case for the first time? My heart hasn't raced as fast since I ran that full marathon last year. If it keeps up, you might get a lawyer's, high. You know, like a runner's high. Relax, everyone's nervous their first time. So my fears weren't unfounded. After all, today's prosecutor is so terribly brutal, and willing to use any means necessary to win a conviction. There's that end justifies the meme concept again. Now that it has come to this, we have no choice but to fight fire with fire. The end justifies the means. I wish he'd stop saying that. That's your method, Professor. I'm going to defend Juniper in my own way. But Miss Sykes, just yesterday you told me, as a lawyer, what is it that you treasure beyond all else? That's an easy one, Professor. Seeking justice for my clients. But if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, would you not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain? Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen, then won't I? But are you a stubborn one? Well, I suppose you will have to learn of your own inefficiency the hard way. Forgive me, Professor Means, but can we just leave it at that? Oh dear, please forgive me. It's just I wish to protect Juniper by any means I can. I do too, but... yeah, what he's probably talking about is forging evidence. Even if your client is completely innocent, you don't want to do something like that. You don't want to forge evidence. You have to do everything the right way. Now, if you would excuse me... thanks to him, I'm feeling even more pressure than before. Don't let it get to you, Athena. And don't forget to keep smiling. I'll be fine. And I haven't forgotten what Mr. Wright said. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. The trial's about to begin. I'll show you the courtroom if you please. Apollo, I'm counting on you to support Athena this time. Okay, Mr. Wright, leave it to me. That's right. I have Apollo to back me up. So far, I'm pretty early on this case, but this case so far is my favorite case in Dual Destinies, the school one. Junie's fate rests in my hands. I won't rest until she walks free. Okay, let's do this. October 25, 10 a.m., District Courtroom. Courtroom number 3. I also read a comment the other day from one of my viewers who actually found my channel through Ace Attorney, and it actually made me really happy that a lot of new people are actually finding my channel through the Ace Attorney series. Day 1, court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods. Athena Sykes, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. And for people wondering why I'm doing that voice for the judge again, it's because that's how the judge actually sounds in the Ace Attorney anime. I'm trying my best to mimic his voice. That didn't sound very confident. Are you sure you're okay? I'll be fine. Your baldness. I know. As usual, you want me to deliver the opening statement. This case is crystal clear. I see no need to explicate it any further. Now summon the witness. Is there something the matter? Please do share your baldness. Well, whatever gave you that idea? Bailiff, please call our first witness. And now we don't even get an opening statement. Oh, it's Fulbright. Detective Fulbright. He and Prosecutor Black will become quite the team. So, Fulbright isn't corrupt. He's not a bad guy. He's just a bit stupid at times. So, we're gonna see what his testimony's like. He's probably messed something up.
Alright, the case brief. Leave it to me. Yeah, so let the detective in charge, everyone's favorite friend of justice, explain.
What was that just now? It's like he and Blackwell are totally in sync. Well, I don't think they're capable of mind melding, if that's what you're thinking.
Alright, Detective Fulbright, would you please explain the case to the court? Professor Court's body was discovered on October 25th at approximately 2:30 p.m. She was murdered with this owl I have here. The victim's blood and the defendant's prints were both discovered on it.
The weapon used to murder Constance Court, her blood was found on it along with Junie's fingerprints. Court's autopsy report. Estimated time of death between 6 and 8 p.m. Cause of death, blood loss from a deep stab wound in the victim's side. Wow, that bird can deliver evidence too. Blackwell has trained him well. Okay. Let's look at the autopsy report. Cause of death, blood loss due to a stab wound to the side of the body. Marks indicate wrists may have been bound. No other visible damage, but stab wound was very rough. So I was right, the wrists were bound. I remember that in my earlier part when I looked at the wrists and I saw the marks on them. I was right on that, I called it, that she was bound. Maybe Blackwell should train it not to mess up people's hair while he's at it.
Moving right along. The body was discovered at the outdoor stage, although no blood was found there. However, we detected traces of a massive amount of blood in the third floor art room. In short, the murder took place in the art room. So then the body had been moved from the art room to the stage. Precisely, and there is one more piece of irrefutable evidence. A recording made by a tape recorder that a school paper reporter hid in the art room. It captured a female voice screaming, "You're a goner!" What's this? You have such a recording.
Must be from that tape recorder Miriam mentioned. But why is it that the first we've heard of a death threat at the moment of the murder?
Shh! Silence, please. I would like to play the tape for you now.
Yeah, so, the thing about this is what's really unrealistic about Ace Attorney, is that the prosecutors for some reason think that it's okay to withhold evidence. You can't do something like that. If you withhold evidence before a trial, before the defense even has a chance to basically examine it and prepare something for the trial, you have basically destroyed that evidence. That evidence could not be used in trial, but Ace Attorney logic is the prosecution is apparently always able to withhold evidence whenever they feel like it. This is the recording. You're a goner.
It is quite hard to hear.
But the voice does sound female. Used by Miriam to secretly record the conversation in the art room. A woman can be heard shouting, "You're a goner." But the thing is, though, is this is garbage evidence. This is garbage. What this is. This isn't evidence. Is like, how do you have proof that this evidence was in the art room? Is there like even any?
The noise and low volume of the voice have been made voice print analysis all but impossible.
Well, then it's garbage evidence. Let me look at something here. Let me look at this here. Recording made by a tape recorder that a school paper reporter hid in the art room. Well, how do you know that the recorder was hid in the art room? Because this is coming from a school reporter that does nothing but write stories about gossip and slander the defendant. So literally, this person who's bringing the evidence against the defendant already has a problem with the defendant. Like, they have issues before. She writes articles where she slanders the defendant on just baseless accusations. And so, how are you going to use her as a witness, and then she can claim, oh, she left this tape recorder. The tape recorder is not a video, it's just a simple tape recorder. You can't identify who the voice is on the recorder, and just anybody could have recorded that and said, "You're a goner." And how is this evidence exactly? Like this is just garbage, this is nothing.
Then you haven't identified the voices belonging to the defendant. Not so fast. After all, voice print analysis isn't everything. The victim was killed at night, then discovered in the afternoon the next day. The question is, when was the body moved? Oh, I know. It could have been moved in the middle of the night when no one was around. Sorry, but no. The campus was full of students that morning. However, no one reported seeing a body. That means the body was moved sometime before the mock trial when all the students and faculty were gathered at the lecture hall and the rest of the campus was empty. It was during this time Hugh O'Connor, one of the mock trial participants, found the body.
So the prosecution heard about Hugh seeing the body.
Wait one moment. If all of the students and faculty were gathered in the lecture hall, then there wouldn't have been anyone who could have moved the body. Have no fear, for there is always an exception. An exception? The 3 mock trial participants were standing by in individual dressing rooms. They were the only ones who had free access to the deserted campus before the mock trial. What? Then that would mean... What would that mean? Those 3 students were the only ones who could have moved the body. In justice we trust.
So basically, it's not Juniper. So if it's not Juniper, it has to be Hugh or Robin, or it could have been both of them who did it. I don't like where this is headed, Athena. Me neither.
And by the 3, I mean Hugh O'Connor, Robin Newman, and Juniper Woods.
I knew it. Please, Detective Fulbright. Don't say what I think you're about to say.
In justice we trust. I take it everyone understands now. The voice believed to be that of the murderer was female. And out of the 3 people who could have moved the body, just 1 is a girl. That leaves the defendant, Juniper Woods, as the only possibility.
No, it doesn't. Because anybody could have recorded that. And that recording could have been from a movie or a TV show too. It could have been from something like that. And it also could have been the victim. The victim was a female as well, so the victim could have said, "You're a goner." Or even the reporter could have made that, because the reporter is a woman too. So the reporter could have just said, "You're a goner." So no, this is not decisive evidence. This is not. No, I mean, I don't know what you're panicking about, Athena. This is not decisive evidence. This isn't. Impressive. He has you on the ropes even before any cross-examinations. You could at least pretend to be upset for me. A splendid job, Fulbright. That could not be any clearer. Feel free to anticipate a salary raise next month.
I don't do this for the money. It's all about justice. In justice we trust.
Not only a half-wit, but a perennial stick in the mud you are. I guess neither the carrot nor the stick works on Detective Fulbright.
Now, bailiff, please bring our next witness to the stand. So, our first witness is a cardboard box?
Hack! Stealth mode deactivated. Yeah. I do love this music because it reminds me of Mega Man Legends. It's a police station music from Mega Man Legends. That's where it's from. I loved that game when I was a kid. But this, you know, you cannot bring a witness into court covering their face.
Oh my, the box has hands. Smile, Your Honor. What the dickens? I just had my picture taken.
Miriam Scuttlebutt, senior at the Legal Academy. I'm a reporter in the judge course. Juniper's been a bad, bad girl. I'll tell you all about her crime.
Might I ask whether you could come out of that box?
How will I get any scoops if I blow my cover? So the answer is no. After all, covert action is an undercover reporter's bread and butter.
But testimony from a faceless witness is highly irregular.
Yeah, well, it's not just highly irregular, it's illegal too. A former ninja I met in the clink said that exposing those who work in the shadows is to pass a death sentence upon them.
Oh my, I had never thought of it that way. Very well, if it would spare a life, I'll make a special exception this time.
No! A former ninja in prison. Holy shinto, how can the judge believe this load of crock?
Now, your testimony, please. Oh, but take care not to reveal your face.
Oh, this should be good. Let's hear the testimony. The similarity of the case and the script. The murder happened exactly like Juniper's mock trial script. Up until the mock trial began, only Professor Court and Juniper knew the script's content. But Professor Court's sudden decision not to use the script sparked Juniper's murderous rage. Juniper has to be the killer. She has a motive, and the murder is just like her script. The murder is just like her script.
The murder is just like her script. Could such a thing be true?
Compare her script with the murder case and crime scene photos. Then you'll see.
This is so simple, even an ape posing as a decrepit old judge could understand. Only the victim and the defendant were privy to the script. Ergo, the defendant is the killer. Furthermore, in the art room where the crime supposedly occurred, the witness's script, along with an envelope on which use was written, were found. This proves that the accused's script had been rejected the day before the mock trial. She pressed the victim to use her script, an argument ensued, and then the fatal stabbing.
That makes perfect sense. What now? Prosecutor Blackwell has all his ducks lined up in a row. He's really on a roll now. Ugh, he's like a pit bull once it sinks its teeth into you. How dare she? My script had it all. A bum rap and phony evidence, grudges and betrayals.
I trust the defense is ready to cross-examine the witness.
No problem. I mean, yeah, I'm ready. Yes, I think. Time to find a hole in her testimony and unbox the truth. I've seen it done over and over. I know I can do this. Murder happened exactly like Juniper's mock trial script.
Hold it!
There must be places where the script and the case diverge. Don't sweat the details, that kind of stress will give you rings. I'm not worried. My skin is as fair as... Indeed, you are quite fair. Fairly desperate.
Objection!
What did you just say? Blackwell really turned that one around on you. Miss, whose side are you on? Hurry up and think of a clever comeback. Whoa, easy there, Athena. Now you listen to me. The two cases do indeed have their differences. For one, the stage hadn't yet been erected in the mock trial script. And in the actual case, there were signs indicating the victim's wrist had been bound. But such differences pale in comparison to the host of similarities. In any event, replicating the crime scene without the knowledge of the script is an impossibility. Looks like I won't be passing this off as a coincidence. What a total burn. Try again, don't you, Pawn of Woods? Up until the mock trial began, only Professor Court and Juniper knew the script's content.
Hold it!
Somebody could have stolen a peek beforehand, that's true. I don't think so. I mean, I tried any number of times. Shame on you, Miriam. But that crafty she-devil Juniper has eyes in the back of her head. What chance does your average person have if an undercover reporter like me failed? Interesting point. Still, Miss Scuttlebutt, won't you get in trouble later for admitting to such underhanded tactics? Why you? I plead entrapment. Well, you can't really plead entrapment because what entrapment basically is that's when the police basically convince you to commit a crime. I'm trying to think of like an example of entrapment. Like an example of entrapment might be like a police officer basically posing on undercover cop, being on the streets posing as a drug dealer and asking like random people, hey, you want to buy drugs? You want to buy drugs? And stuff like that. And then the person eventually says, okay, I'll buy drugs, and then they get arrested. That's entrapment. It's basically the police trying to get somebody to commit a crime. You don't get to use that excuse here. How is you blurting out your own crime entrapment? It's not. But you haven't scooped me yet. They were all set to use Juniper's script. Professor Court's sudden decision not to use the script sparked Juniper's murderous rage.
Hold
How do you know that Professor Court wasn't going to use her script? There in the art room where the heinous crime took place, an envelope marked use and Miriam Scuttlebutt's script were found. Evidently, the script that was going to be used belonged to the girl in the box over there. It's only natural that my script will be accepted and hers rejected. I introduced all sorts of brand new concepts, including bribery and fake evidence. It was a cutting-edge script portraying a courtroom battle in the dark age of the law, so now she's admitting that she could have tampered with the evidence. I can't help but feel Professor Court went out of her way not to use it. But Juniper, she used some devious underhanded tactics to get her script chosen. That's why her script and not my masterpiece was used in the mock trial. How's that for explanation? Juniper has to be the killer. She has a motive, and the murder is just like her script.
Hold it!
Anyone who saw the mock trial could have recreated the crime. After they saw the mock trial, they could have easily staged the body just like the script. Weary's the trial which pits Hawk against Tanner. What did you say? If he's so weary, he should try humming less. I bet that'd save some energy. This is no time for jokes, Apollo. He just called me a cannery. Don't let him get to you. At least canneries pick up on things quickly, just like you. I shan't repeat myself, so listen carefully, Sykes Dono. Hugh O'Connor discovered the body before the mock trial even began. How could one stage the body as it is in the script before anyone knew its contents? Ah, that's right. Do you even fathom the intricacies that go into staging a crime scene? No, I think not. You have the rudimentary mind of an elementary school child. Elementary school? Reporter's testimony froze attorney Athena Sykes for a loop. The perfect caption.
How marvelous. A photo in the newspaper is just a thing to boost your brand.
In a school paper. Seriously? I believe you've pressed the witness more than enough, Miss Sykes. Now do you see how clear-cut my case is? Take it now, and in that fair, desperate mind of yours. Etch it deep, so you may never forget. No. No! When my arguments get thrown back in my face. It wasn't supposed to be like this. What am I going to do? Athena, you should just about have all the answers you've been looking for now, huh? Think about it this way. If the killer knew the details of the mock trial, would they really commit the crime in the exact same way? I don't follow. Try to place yourself in the killer's shoes. I bet you'll discover an inconsistency if you do. Ah, I get it. Thanks, Apollo. Miss Scuttlebutt, just so we're clear, you're claiming that the killer intentionally made the crime scene look as it was in the script. And that is beyond the shadow of a doubt, not a coincidence, is that correct? And here's another point that I want to bring up. One thing I would say to Blackwell, what I would say to Blackwell is I would say, why would somebody go to that much effort to stage a murder like that? If they just wanted to kill her, wouldn't it have just made much more sense to stab her and leave her body there? Like, why to go through all this effort to recreate it to make it look like the mock trial? And I can think of a reason why. You know why? Because when you do it that way and you recreate it just like the mock trial, there's only 3 suspects, which means that the killer is trying to shift the blame onto that person. They're trying to frame that person. That's exactly what they're trying to do. So if Juniper was the killer, what reason would she have at all to make the murder scene basically look like just like the script? Because it would point to her as being the killer. It's a trail that leads back to her. It just makes no sense. No duh. After all, just more evidence of Juniper's evil she-devil ways. Hack. What I say? Our client made the crime scene look just like the script, something known only to her. That would not just foolhardy, but completely rational. Yes, she said exactly what I was thinking right here. Perfect. What do you mean? Exactly, it's gonna make her look guilty. Like, why would she go for that much effort?
Yes, Miss Sykes. Please tell this court what you mean by irrational.
It wouldn't make any sense for Junie to mimic her own script on purpose because it would make her the culprit. Exactly. The murder scene was the same as it was in the mock trial script. That in itself is irrational. What's wrong with them being the same?
Yes, Miss Sykes. Care to explain what you mean?
Okay, let's say for argument's sake that Miss Woods is the killer. If so, then what reason would she have to intentionally make the actual murder mimic her own script? That's easy. She was admitting that she was the... That's right. If she had really done that, it would have been like proclaiming to the world that she was the killer. So what we actually have here is evidence of someone trying to frame our client. The body was found the day of the mock trial. In short, the day the details were revealed. So it would be completely inconceivable for the murder to go exactly like the script. Don't let it go to your head just yet. Oh, I want to hear this. What's he got to say? It would seem Justice Dono's comrade in arms has finally drawn her sword. However, the blade is dull, and it shall remain so until you master its use. Enough with the stupid sword metaphors already. There is a perfectly good reason for the inconsistency of which you speak. I want to hear this. What is it? A reason? What reason? This better be good. Must I spill out everything? You are what people today call high maintenance. The accused had intended to stop the mock trial, and in that event, nary a soul would have been the wiser to the similarities of the case and script.
Objection!
What? No, the mock trial was only stopped after the body was accidentally discovered. Our witness here had also discovered the body. In fact, she was led to our dearly departed professor by the accused herself. What? Miss Scuttlebutt saw the body too? Why are we hearing about this just now? Precisely, and with the discovery of the body, the mock trial ought to have been cancelled. Wait, so you didn't call the police? Nope, I kept it secret from my big scoop. Oh, no. No! This witness should be disqualified at this point. This testimony is garbage, and this witness had something against the defendant. This witness writes, gossip news articles. The evidence that she brought with the tape recorder was garbage. It's not actual evidence. And now we're hearing for the first time that she found the body and she didn't call the police. No. This witness would be completely thrown out of court. Not only that, probably held in contempt of court too and arrested. You can't do that. I made her pay long and hard penance for her sin. Did I not, my little box top? Compared to the work of a war correspondent, the sheer terror of that was... Geez, I wonder what that twisted samurai did to her. Block off all the holes in her box. And spin her like a top while Detective Fulbright cackled in delight. That sounds more nauseating than scary. Enough jabbering! Witness, continue your testimony. Sure, Mr. Samurai, I'm ready to finish off that she-devil. What Scuttlebutt saw. I snuck into Juniper's dressing room while everyone was in the lecture hall. Juniper had changed into her stage costume. I asked her, "What are you doing?" When suddenly she fled into the hallway, as if she wanted me to follow her. I followed her all the way to Professor Court's body. She led me right to it. I'm positive it was Juniper because she was wearing the costume that she had made.
Hold it!
Why did you withhold such key testimony? Yup, that's a great point. Jack, what's that supposed to mean? Athena, you haven't even started your cross-examination. I know, but her testimony points to her as being a potential suspect. Well, I don't think Prosecutor Blackwell is... No, wait. I bet he's already thought of that. The witness left the lecture hall to sneak into Miss Wood's room before the mock trial. So now she has basically admitted to trespassing. That's basically, it's more and more, this is proving my point that this witness is unreliable. That means she, too, could have moved the victim's body. Yep, that is a possibility. Jack, the prosecution's claim no longer has any ground to stand on. Help! Now, no need to ruffle your own feathers, so. When you squeak like a little brat, it agitates Taka. Do you, want him to peck your eyes out? No thanks. That's Widget, her robot friend. You listen here. The witness has a perfectly good alibi. Oh yeah, and what's that? Oh yeah, I do. Around the estimated time of death, I was at an undercover reporter class. It's right near my home. Do you have proof of that? Do you have witnesses? Undercover reporter class. The proverbial rug has been pulled from under you. The witness could not be the killer. The defense must look before leaping, or at least make sure the rug's secured to the floor. I tried to warn you. Oh. Well,
There ends the cross-examination. Let's allow the witness to step down.
Huh? No, wait a minute.
The defense has no right to cross-examine the witness after that little spectacle.
No, you still always have a right to cross-examine.
For whatever a man is sowing, this he will also reap.
Why can't he say you reap what you sow?
Very well. If the cross-examination is over, I suppose the witness may go home. Perhaps spend some time in her lovely box to recover from today's stressful events.
Don't you worry about me, Your Honor. There's no rest for the wicked or journalist either. My third eye is always eyeing a scoop. He's always eyeing a scoop. Well, back to the trenches. Bye-bye. No, you're not going anywhere. Oh, great.
Hold it!
Not so fast, Miss Scuttlebutt. Apollo. There's just one thing I'd like to ask. You take a picture of the victim's body, and if not, why not? No, I didn't take one. Yeah, this investigative reporter going all around the place, she would 100% have taken a picture of the body. Well, that's strange. Why wouldn't you take a picture if you're always eyeing a scoop? Exactly. Cack. Did you or did you really see the victim's body? Cack. It's not like I, actually saw it, but...
What the devil?
Did you hear that, Your Honor? The witness didn't actually see the body. That completely overturns the prosecution's claim that the witness was led to it.
Justice Dono, you dare bear steel at me again.
Nice try, Boy Wonder. So what if I didn't see the body? The fact remains that Juniper led me there. Feast your eyes on this. What exactly am I looking at here? It's a crucial moment forever frozen in time by my third eye. A photo clearly showing Juniper Woods. That could be anyone, really. And honestly, I can't even tell if that's a guy or a girl. So this could be anyone, really. Yeah, this really could be anyone. And this might even be that professor, like because he's like really pale. Could that possibly be him? It could be him too. What you can also do is to prove whether it's Juniper or not, you could actually do something pretty easily. You see where the picture is taken, right near the door? You could actually do a measurement of the height at the door, and you could measure Juniper's height, and then you could see exactly if she's taller or shorter than the person in the picture. And that might be one way to actually disqualify her from being the person in the picture. Heck!
Why did you not tell me of this?
It's a shocking scoop I was saving just for the right moment. So apparently, the witness also likes to withhold evidence. So everyone likes to withhold evidence, witnesses and prosecutors. And that would right here in court. Surprise! What I do. All journalists keep their scoops secret until the right moment. He's pretty brave hiding it from Blackwell like that. Or pretty stupid. Well, this is an unexpected turn. Athena, about this picture. See how it only shows the back of the subject? So then, right. Who knows whether the photo shows Juniper in the first place? Exactly.
A completely irrelevant point.
What is relevant here is...
there was someone who did try to lead the witness to the body. Take a gander at this. The route by which the accused escaped. The witness pursued the accused this way after she fled the dressing room. The accused descended the first floor and exited the quad. Then what, car to the cretin?
Then I tripped and fell, caught my knee on my own box. He stayed under her box even when running after someone? It sounds difficult.
Recall that the body was already there, for Hugh O'Connor had already seen it. She was trying to show someone the body, because she wanted to stop the mock trial.
Hold it!
But if the facts have changed, that's all more reason to cross-examine the witness.
The defense has a point there. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
It seems Justice Dono has saved your petty little hide, Missy. For now, at least. Ooh, guess I pulled that off somehow. Thanks, Apollo. You're a lifesaver.
Incidentally, my compliments to the witness for her very fine box.
It's Primo cardboard lovingly selected from among many.
Hack! Tell another lie or hide another fact from me. And I shall put it to the torch.
Oh, I want to see that picture again. Hack! Hack! Please! Anything but that.
I think it would be more eco-friendly to recycle it, but that's just me. Alright, Miss Sykes, you may cross-examine the witness.
What Scuttlebutt saw. I snuck into Juniper's dressing room while everyone was in the lecture hall.
Hold it!
You said you snuck in, but why would you do something like that? Because if I got a big scoop on Juniper Club, club membership would go through the roof. Right now, the newspaper club only has one member, me. That club's history once I'm gone. So the Themis Herald's brand recognition is a matter of life and death. Wow, yeah. So literally, they kept the club with just one people. I remember when I was in college, we had a history club, and it was literally just me, like 4 other people, and then they canceled it. So, her means may be questionable, but her motive is surprisingly sound. Extra. Students speaking, the thrills and chills of expose journalism. Report to the club room. This has been a paid advertisement. Anyway, where was I? Never took Miriam for such a go-getter. Juniper had changed into her stage costume. I asked her, what are you doing?
Hold it!
Why would she change into that costume? The mock trial is about to begin. How should I know? But if you don't believe me, take a look at the photo. I captured this critical moment like the gonzo journalist pro that I am. But this only shows the back of whoever was fleeing. You expect me to shoot her face when she's running away from me? I guess you're right, but this doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. At any rate, as this photo shows, Juniper was in her stage costume. When suddenly she fled into the hallway as if she wanted me to follow her.
Hold it!
That doesn't mean you had to chase her. Call it a journalist instinct. I see something fishy, I go after it. But you never did catch up to her, did you? A true undercover journalist gets up and dusts herself off when she stumbles. That reminds me, didn't you fall during the chase? When you tripped on your box? A true undercover journalist is always ready to stumble over a great story. Sure are a lot of holes in your story, or is that just the scuttlebutt branded journalism? A true undercover journalist always prevails against her adversaries. I followed her all the way to Professor Court's body. She led me right to it.
Hold it!
What would our client have to gain from leading you there?
The accused had employed her self-penned script as a manual for murder. Ergo, she had to stop the mock trial before the script's details became public. And that accounts for a desperate attempt to lead our cartoon cretin here to the body.
Objection!
But as we all know, Miss Scuttlebutt didn't alert the authorities. And as a result, the mock trial began as scheduled.
The issue here is not whether it was in fact halted. The fact remains the accused was trying to lead the witness to the body. Does that not show clear intent to halt the mock trial?
I'm positive it was Juniper, because she was wearing the costume that she had made. Costume, it has a glowing star pattern. Paint inside a costume, fluorescent paint. Leave time to dry. Draw constellations on outside and make small holes according to this pattern. In the dark, the paint will shine through the holes, bringing the constellations to life. Yeah, there should have been that yellow stuff all over it, but it's not there.
Objection!
This is a different costume. Miss Scuttlebutt's sole basis for identifying our client as the figure in this photo is the fact that it shows someone in Miss Wood's stage costume. Well, it is Juniper's costume, so that must be Juniper in it. Clear cut. No, that's where you're completely mistaken. What? This is a design drawing of our client's stage costume.
Oh my, what a wonderful creation. The constellations are extraordinary.
I'm glad you noticed, because those stars are precisely what's important here. In the drawing, there are constellations all over the outside of the costume. Oh, great, and I think I know exactly what Blackwell is gonna say. Blackwell is probably gonna say that she was wearing the costume outside. Not like this, the other way. That's probably what he's probably gonna say. Probably that. But there's not a single star in the costume in the photo.
Oh, then that means... Oh, what exactly?
Your Honor, there was no other blue costumes at the scene, which leads me to believe that the figure in this photo was wearing our client's costume inside out.
But why would Miss Woods make a mistake like that?
Well, it's not really a matter of why, but rather who made the mistake of putting it on inside out. Wait, you're not suggesting. So basically somebody was trying to impersonate Juniper, but I thought Black will bring it up, but Athena did. So it is the costume it's wearing inside out. That's right. I'm glad you're catching on. The costume designer wouldn't put her own costume on inside out. So did she do it? Did she take a picture? Sorry, Miss Scuttlebutt, but doesn't believing you had a scoop when you really didn't make you a failure as a reporter. Failure as a reporter. Why, hello, Miss Scuttlebutt. So nice to meet the woman beneath the box. You didn't see nothing.
Objection!
No, I would have you stop right there, Sykes Dono. For it is the why of the matter upon which I would have this court focus. What do you mean?
Miss Juniper Woods,
Yes?
what were you doing on the morning of the mock trial?
I was in my dressing room, painting my costume in fluorescent paint. Fluorescent paint. My design drawing shows twinkling stars in the costume. I was going to make the costume shimmer like that by painting the inside fluorescent.
What was that again? Fluoride? Did your costume have cavities?
Oh, man. Not fluoride. Fluorescent, as in glowing. The paint would make it glow in the dark.
Yes. So you applied that to the inside of the costume, and then?
I let it dry for a while because I heard it takes a long time. So I put the costume on my mannequin inside out. Inside out.
So then... This is a photograph of the inside out costume taken in the dark. As you can see, there's a heavy layer of paint over the entire inside surface. If someone were to properly don this costume in this state, the wet paint would get all over their body. Why yes, I believe it would. Indeed. Ergo, the costume was worn the way it was, not by anyone's mistake. But because this was the way it was on the mannequin inside out.
The photo of the stage costume taken in a dark room. A coat of fluorescent paint made it glow. Figures he would have a photo. Yeah, so when that music plays, we're in trouble. We just fall into his trap. Yeah, that Blackwell had it all planned out. Still, I think you should give this photo a nice long look. Oh, please tell me you found something that doesn't add up. Check out the chest area. It kind of looks like handprints to me. It does, yeah. Weird. Hey, you're right. But Junie would know better than to touch it while the paint was still wet.
Objection!
I believe the term to describe your thought process is wishful thinking. After all, if master painters made mistakes, why not rank amateurs such as the accused?
Objection!
So basically, you're saying my claim requires evidence to back it up. Evidence. That shouldn't be a problem, right? After all, you've come this far. Just because I've come this far doesn't mean I thought everything through, though. What? You mean you've just been bluffing? What did you expect me to do? I'm sick of losing this guy. But you're right. There's only one thing left to do at this point. And that's to present some evidence. Pronto.
Showdown, is it? I gladly accept.
The fluorescent paint must have stuck to the hands of whoever touched the costume. And that paint should glow in the dark, in dark places. So I just need to be carefully check every last piece of evidence. These evidence shows who touched the costume. Oh wow, look. There we go. Yep, there I see him. See him? See how his hand is like yellow like that? He touched it. He touched the costume.
Take that!
A school newspaper? Interesting.
Take a look at the photo where the lights are dimmed and the spotlight is on Miss Woods. Observe Mr. Newman's hands in the photo as he stands at the prosecutor's bench. As you can see, it's glowing, just like Miss Wood's fluorescent paint. It is glowing. Quite brightly, I might add. But why would he put fluorescent paint on his hands for the mock trial, you may ask? The answer is he wouldn't. Not on purpose, it's got there when he put the costume on. I love that music.
Oh, that means... What again?
It means he touched a costume. It means the figure photographed in the costume was not our client Juniper Woods. It was her classmate Robin Newman.
What?
Now we're on the right track. To think you were actually able to prove that. Well, you never know what's going to happen next. That's the thrill of the courtroom. So then... Does that mean that Robin is our man? Not necessarily. Well, that's certainly how it looks.
Very well. Robin Newman it is. He is in here in the gallery, I trust. Show yourself. I challenge you to a duel.
Oh, great. It's trying to get testimony to this guy. It's gonna be a nightmare. He's gonna be screaming constantly.
Will the witness please state his name and occupation?
I'm Robin Newman! I want to become a great artist. I practice day and night. Yeah! No! That's not it. Art's gotta be sincere, man!
So for occupation, should we put down budding artist?
No! Themis Legal Academy Senior, Prosecutor Course! This brace is proof of my masculinity. I've been training to be a prosecutor for 18 years!
I assume you will be cleaning up the pottery you smashed before you leave today.
Oh man!
It seems the witness has finally settled down.
I guess nothing faces the judge after all these years.
You may proceed with your testimony, Mr. Newman. Specifically, the court wishes to hear why you had fluorescent paint on your hand.
This should be good. Why does he have paint on his hands? Why it touched the costume? I went to see Juniper in her dressing room, but she wasn't there. When I walked by that frilly costume, I was like, whoa! The mannequin, it was on! It was about to fall on me! I got that paint on me when I caught it. But I never put it on! That's just stupid!
Hold it!
Your Honor, I recommend a short therapy session for the witness. Yeah, he probably needs that.
Well, Mr. Newman does seem particularly agitated, but...
Arg! Ah! No! Not again. What's his problem? I sensed at the moment Robin took the stand. The discord in his heart. Do you think he might be hiding something? Probably. You ready, Mr. Newman? Let's see what Mood Matrix can do for you. Okay, trying to figure out his mood here. Okay, so we're gonna look at his emotions. We're looking for like an emotion that doesn't make sense. Let's put it right here. Or camera like, right here would be good. I went to Juniper's, in her waiting room. But she wasn't there. He was surprised. When I walked by that frilly costume, I was like, whoa! The mannequin, it was on, it was about to fall over. I got that paint on me when I caught it. I never put it on, that's just stupid.
Got it!
Why is he happy? When you mentioned the stage costume, I sensed a sudden powerful feeling of joy. Would you care to explain, Mr. Newman? Oh, wait, what? Why would a frilly scarf thing and a long skirt make me feel like that? I don't know, but you seem awfully interested in that costume for some reason. You didn't happen to put it on, did you? Like I'd be into that kind of thing. I'm a dude, and I'm into braces. You don't think Robin's actually got a thing for Juniper's outfit, do you? Oh, come on, isn't it obvious? You're enjoying this a bit too much, Athena. No way, man! The mannequins came falling towards me, so I stuck out my hands to stop it. End of story! That's a new piece of information. Time to run an update. Even after that update, something just doesn't feel right here. Do I have anything that could prove this statement contradicts what really happened? Mannequin came falling towards me, so I stuck my hands out to stop it. End of story. What could it be? The holes, maybe? Thinking, what could it be? This one. Gotta think about this one for a moment here. Nothing to do with this, nothing to do with this. No. Damn. Could it be here? I have to really think about this one here. The mannequin came falling towards me, so I stuck out my hands to stop it. End of story.
Take that!
You said the mannequin came falling towards you, so you stuck your hands out to stop it. If so, then the fingers of your hands would have been pointing outwards like this, yeah. I was thinking that it has to be something like that, like the pattern on it is like weird. It's like he just picked it up like this and just grabbed it. But that's not what the handprints show. In fact, this looks more like just your thumbs and the base of your palms. Why in the world would I leave such weird handprints? You know why. You left them when you went to adjust a scarf after putting it on. Just like the model in this drawing. Whoa! Why didn't you just admit it, Mr. Newman? You did put the stage costume on, didn't you? And you really do like Miss Wood's clothes, don't you? Fine, I admit to putting the costume on. But I don't like girly clothes. Man. We only got the noise level down by 10%. Okay, time for another update. Okay. I snuck in knowing the costume was in there. There's an unexpected emotion here somewhere. My heart was pounding even though I'm a guy. Then I saw it. It was even more amazing than I'd imagined. I was like, whoa! I'm a guy, but I got all excited. It's true, I did put on girly, clothes. But it was strictly for artistic purposes. Why is he sad here, too?
Got it!
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Why is he sad and happy? That doesn't make sense. There another emotion doesn't fit. Yeah, why is he sad and happy at the same time? So what? You're really gonna start getting on my nerves, man! Mr. Newman, you got excited when you put the costume on. But you also felt sad. Yeah, that makes no sense. Why? Who cares if I felt sad? It's no big deal! Okay, Mr. Newman, out with it. Why did you feel sad? You're hiding something, aren't you? Oh, no! You're not fooling anyone anymore. Now tell us why you were sad. Okay, fine. If you're gonna be that way, I'll tell you. The reason I felt sad is... No matter how much I dress up, I'll never be as pretty as Juniper. What? Well, no offense, but his habit of shouting at the top of his lungs doesn't exactly help. No! That's not it! I totally owned those girly clothes. I should have been, totally pretty. But, there's something that keeps getting in my way. Wow, that's a whole lot of anger and raw emotion right there. His heart is crying out in pain. His emotions are out of control. Out of control emotions. We saw those during the Ninetales Veils incident. So all we have to do is find the source of his uncontrollable anger, right? Right. Help me look for a conflict between his statements and the images we see. If we can find that, we can wrestle him away from whatever's tormenting him. Mr. Newman said that there's something getting in the way of him being pretty. Something that doesn't go with girly clothes. But what could that be? Fine! I'll testify, man! Only by 5%? Man, this is becoming a nightmare to get this guy's emotions are out of control. Something's seriously wrong with his emotions. I snuck in knowing the costume was in there. My heart was pounding even though I'm a guy. It's true, I felt a powerful feeling when I saw that frilly scarf. I admitted I wore girly clothes. I felt like a diva when I pulled the hood over my head. It felt so right. I was totally dressed up like a girl. Okay, what are we looking for here? What is the answer here? What is causing the anger? So we're looking for the source of this anger. Right. The conflict in his testimony most likely arises from his emotional repression. Let's compare the images to his testimony. We may find the problem that way. Dressing room. Dressing door. Newman. No. The brace?
Got it!
Mr. Newman, you feel a great deal of anger towards your brace, don't you? Is that what you feel is holding you back from being as pretty as you think you should be? Huh? What? Mr. Newman, the truth is, you really want to take that brace off, don't you? No way, man! This is a symbol of masculinity, I could never take it off. Is it that you can't take it off? Or that you don't want to take it off? Ah, man! I should have kept my big mouth shut. This is really weird. He exhibits intense anger towards his brace, which he calls a symbol of masculinity. But he can't take it off, not even when he's trying to look pretty. What could be at the root of his complicated relationship with his brace? I have a feeling we're on the verge of uncovering an earth-shattering secret. Yes. So, is he really a girl? But he's Athena, you okay? It seems Robin is still hiding a secret, a big one. I think Robin might be a girl, and she's pretending to be a guy, that's what it might be. Well, if Robin is really a girl, though, why is she, hiding that? But let's see, bigger than the fact that he's secretly jealous of Juniper's looks, yes. At least I think so. No, it can't be. I just thought of something, but it's totally insane. Mr. Newman. What? I'm on to your little secret, and if I'm correct, it's not very little at all, it's huge. This sounds completely insane, but it's the only possibility left. You're a girl. That's what I was thinking. Mr. Newman, or should I say, Miss Newman. You are, and always have been, a girl. What? Have you lost the plot, Athena? No, I'm completely serious, so I guessed it. I don't have any direct evidence. But that's what Robin's heart is shouting out loud and clear.
Hold it!
I still think you totally lost it. I mean, Robin reeks of testosterone. How could he possibly be a she? I, for one, have never seen a girl who shouts like a maniac all the time. Oh. I've seen plenty of
witnesses in my day. But if he's a she, then she's the most convincing actress I've ever encountered. Therefore, let me pronounce my verdict. Robin Newman is without question a man. Oh. You are now truly just as Dono's equal in one area. You are just as equally insane. Never in the history of this planet has there been a finer specimen of the masculine spirit.
I mean, look at Robin's eyes, too. Oh. Ah! If you guys are done talking about me! Ah! I'm... Heh. Ha 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 ha. Ah, the brace, it's... Yup, we guessed right. Miss Sykes, no. Allow me to call you Athena. I wanted to keep this a secret at all costs. But, no. No way! Ugh.
Surely this must be some kind of jest.
Nope, it's for real. I'm a girl, body and soul. If you don't believe me, I'll give you, a peek. Ah! As if, haha. What an amazing transformation. Well, the Discord is gone. The image is now complete. I was raised as a boy since I was little, and I studied law just like my parents wanted. But now this living lie had me pinned to the ground. It's... Ah! Puff, puff. It's been blown to smithereens by you, Athena. Now I can stop pretending I want to be a prosecutor. I'm gonna be an artist. Yay!
Order! Order! What a shocking development. He really did turn out to be a she.
Eek, why is everyone looking at me like that? I feel like a movie star or something. But no paparazzi, please. I value my privacy. Okay? Bro! No pics, so you'll regret it, man! Am I just imagining things? Or is Robin even more hyper now than when she was a he? I don't know. Maybe it's just because she finally got her troubles off her chest. Literally.
This is all well and good, but does he being a she actually change anything?
The fact that the witness is actually a girl does change things, because there is now a piece of evidence that we must reevaluate.
Very well, let's see what the defense has for us now. What piece of evidence must we now reconsider now that we know the witness is a girl?
This and this, a woman can be heard shouting, "You're a goner." This, the tape recorder?
Take that!
This is what I'd like the court to reconsider. Oh, the tape recorder.
The one that recorded the threat. You're a goner.
That's right. And we have already established that it's a female voice in the recording. Of all the students who could have moved the body before the mock trial was to start, our client was the only female if you exclude Miss Scuttlebutt because of her alibi. And that is why the tape recorder made her client the prime suspect.
Oh, so then...
That's right, the witnesses revealed that she's a girl. Therefore, if we are using the voice in this recording as a basis for hurling accusations, this witness must be labeled a suspect too. Oh. Oh, no! Wow. Talk about a sudden turn of events. You've done it. You found a hole in one of the prosecution's key pieces of evidence. Yeah. But wow, that was a lot of work for a single one.
Objection!
Not so hasty now. You're forgetting that only one person here was privy to the script. Ergo, Miss Juniper Woods is still the prime suspect.
But Miss Newman hid the fact that she was a girl, both at the crime scene and in court. I'd say that puts her in camp suspicious. Eek, that's not nice, Athena. How can you accuse me of being a killer? I mean, I'm just a weak, innocent little girl. Just thinking about that murder makes me...
Objection!
Suspicious as suspicious does. Undoubtedly, the witness does have some sort of connection to the crime. Perhaps our newfound lady is merely feigning ignorance.
We can surmise that she
lent support to the principal offender, Juniper Woods, by letting Miss Scuttlebutt to the body that would make her an accessory to the crime.
How can you say that? I'm not an accessory to any crime, Mr. Birdman.
Objection!
Birdman! In any event, with the witness as an accessory, it explains quite a bit, does it not?
Objection!
Ah, he made it all make sense somehow. And he'll keep accusing Junie unless we can show someone else knew the script details. But how could someone else have gotten their hands on that kind of info? The only way they could have known what was in the script was if they... How could they have known what was in the script? Saw the mock trial? No, because they wouldn't have had enough time to... The mock trial never even ended. So, it can't be this one. Heard it from Junie and penned the script. Heard it from Junie. Maybe that's the only... Sorry, Junie, but you're not gonna like this. Our client may have leaked the script's details to someone. What the devil? And I know I shouldn't have, but I revised the script to favor the prosecution. But Professor Court noticed it immediately and changed it back. Miss Woods did not want Hugh O'Connor to win the mock trial. That's why I believe she leaked the details to the witness, Robin Newman. I get it. If Robin won, Hugh wouldn't be able to confess to Juniper. Right. Junie was probably trying to keep their friendship from becoming awkward. How could you, Athena? What a bunch of bull. I never heard a word about the script from Juniper. Never, ever.
Objection!
You sure? Can you look me in the eye and swear you didn't? But, bad Athena. You don't have any evidence! Brr. Actually, we might have just a thing. Really? Yeah, one of Robin's lines I read when we were reenacting the mock trial. Here's a shot of the crime scene. Ironically, it's Professor Court who poses as the corpse. Her forehead. How did the mock trial participants react to this photo? Mr. Newman was surprised by what Professor Court was wearing. Robin said, "Oh, the green sweatsuit." So, sure, I might have said that, but so what? I know why. I know why. Look at the script. Red one, sweatsuit. Look at this right here. She's wearing a green suit. Well, think of it this way, Athena. Yeah, which way exactly? If I told you that I'd be wearing a blue suit today, but then showed up wearing what I've got on now, what would you say? Oh, the red suit. Ah, think I've got it. Your Honor, we have evidence proving that Miss Newman knew the contents of the script. The defense moves to present said evidence to the court.
Very well, Mr. Sykes. Present away.
This evidence proves that Miss Newman had prior knowledge of the script's contents. This.
Take that!
The mock trial script.
Miss Newman, during the mock trial, you were shown a photo of the victim's body. And reportedly, you reacted by saying, "Oh, the green sweatsuit." Oh, yes, I said that. What's your point? You seem to have some issue with the green sweatsuit, and I think I know why. The proof is in the script, specifically on things to prepare page. Sweatsuit, victim's outfit, will be a red one from the prosecutor, course. Ah! You were surprised because the sweatsuit in the photo was green. But if you didn't know about the script's content, then that shouldn't have surprised you. Yep. No! I don't think she's the killer. Even though the evidence is pointing to her, I don't think she's the killer. I thought we were friends, Athena. How could I have been so blind? In light of her privileged knowledge, I move to declare Miss Newman a suspect, Your Honor.
You what?
If knowing script details makes me a suspect, then there must be others besides me. I mean, someone else could have also seen Professor Court's note. Note? What note? The professor and Juniper were working together and to prepare the mock trial. But only one copy of the script was made to prevent it from being leaked. But that gets kind of inconvenient, right? You're not seriously going to suggest. Geek, but it's the truth. Professor Court did do exactly what you're thinking. She didn't write down any of the proceedings or the truth behind the case. But she did write a note to herself about the props and details about the victim's body. Is this really true, Miss Newman? If you don't believe me, send the police over to my house. Tell them to check the pictures on my camera. I thought it might give me an advantage. So I took a picture of the note. I'd say she's telling the truth. Wait a sec. If there's a note with details about the body, then that means there are others who could have made the murder look like our client's script.
Yes, I believe you're right.
Apparently, this case isn't clear as cut as Professor Blackwell would, Prosecutor Blackwell would have us believe. Yeah, so I just love when this music kicks in, you know you're on the right track at this point. This new revelation blasts a big fat hole in the prosecution's case.
Oh ho!
Objection!
Bully for you, Missy, but don't think this spells victory. And why not? The battle is still young, and my blade is now fully drawn. Between it and my next witness, your life will be forfeit, so put away your wooden sword. And show me what you are truly capable of if you wish to live. You want it? Don't worry, I'm gonna bring it. Oh, Hugh's the next witness. O'Connor. I already said I want nothing to do with this trial. How juvenile. It's not a matter of what you want, for you will cooperate, Hugh O'Connor. Well, you can't really force somebody to testify.
Prosecutor Blackwell, why have you called this witness?
You will recall that the day before the mock trial, in short, the day of the murder, the accused testified that she left her home at around 6 p.m.
Yes, my notes here do confirm the fact.
Right, our client wasn't at school at the estimated time of death, so she couldn't be—
Objection!
Yet that was but a felicitous lie. Or am I mistaken, Golden Boy? I have no intention of saying anything more. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Hold! I am not through with you yet.
It seems like the rogue prosecutor has it out for me.
Leave and we might just discuss you-know-what.
Heck, no, wait. Discuss what? One little statement, Mr. Cool loses it? What's that all about? Well, now he's threatening the witness with something. It's like the prosecutor is blackmailing the witness. You can't do this. This is illegal. I changed my mind. I'll stay and testify. What does Blackwell know?
Are you sure, Mr. O'Connor?
This testimony's under duress. This is not legit. Hey, the words of a genius is as good as gold. Let's get on with this. Hugh O'Connor, a senior at Themis Legal Academy. Lawyer course, how's that?
Just fine. Your testimony then, if you please.
You're up against the top of the class now. I'd be careful if I were you. I know, Junie would never lie like that. That pompous schoolboy won't know what hit him. Around the time of the murder, let's see what he says. To get mentally prepared for the mock trial, I meditated at the archery range till 7 p.m. At around 7:15, I went to the main building before going home. That's when I saw Juniper. We didn't say much, we passed by each other. She seemed her usual shelf. That's it. Anything else you'd like to ask?
That is quite enough. Well done, Golden Boy.
Heh.
The final bell rings at 7 p.m., at which point the campus is a desolate place. Now you will recall the tape recorder. We know the time of the voice recording. It was 7:10 p.m., the day before the mock trial. That was the dark hour of this heinous crime.
Do you have any proof of that?
As its final bell, the school plays a special broadcast when the clock strikes 7. The female voice in the tape appears, then, 10 minutes after the broadcast. The killer waited until the school is empty to spring her devious and deadly trap. Used by, woman can be heard, shouting, "You're a goner," recorded in the art room at 7:10 p.m. on the 23rd. So, when the witness saw the defendant, that would have been... Indeed, it was 5 minutes after the voice was captured on tape in the art room. Ergo, we know that the accused was still in the main building even after the killing. So the time of the murder, and the time of when the body was moved.
Great. Another inconvenient testimony.
Miss Sykes, your cross-examination, please.
Around the time of the murder. Get mentally prepared for the mock trial. I meditated at the archery range till 7
Hold
p.m.
it!
So, do you meditate often? Heh, don't tell me you're going to start, pestering me too. What's that supposed to mean? No need to play dumb with me. All the girls want to know about my, private life. What?
I will remind the defense, this is a court of law, not a pickup sport.
It seems Miss Fancy Pants' lawyer is smitten with the witness.
Objection!
Objection! Objection! I'm just trying to establish the witnesses. If you must know, I never go a day without meditating. Satisfied now, stalker girl? That's it. You better take that. Whoa, there, Tiger. Just take a deep breath and relax. Heh, I'll just continue my testimony now if you don't mind. At around 7:15, I went to the main building before going home. That's when I saw Juniper.
Hold it!
Our client has stated that she went home at 6 p.m. You and Professor Court were busy preparing for the mock trial together yesterday, right? Was that the last time you saw her? Yes, I left school at around 6 p.m. No, wrong. I don't know what she was doing, but Juniper was definitely at school after 7 p.m. But I suppose neither side can prove one way or the other, so someone's lying. But if Junie was there, that means she's lying. Truth be told, I only saw her for the briefest of moments. We didn't say much as we passed by each other. She seemed her usual self.
Hold it!
So you just walked past a good friend, barely saying a word. The final bell had already rung. They get mad when you stand around chatting. Then again, we're not like you people talking endlessly in those annoyingly loud voices. What?
Objection!
What's that supposed to mean? Annoyingly loud voices. I'd like it if you refrained from insulting my partner like that. Normally I'd shout objection right about now, but I'll take this one for the team. Anyway, I think that's about all I have to say. That's it. Anything else you'd like to ask?
Hold it!
Alright, I'll take you up on your kind offer. I expected as much, so go ahead, ask away. Mr. O'Connor, I want to ask you. Why did you stay past the last bell? How did you prep for the mock trial? Did you go to the art room? Did you stop by the art room? Or as it's now known, the scene of the crime? No, I didn't. Can you prove it? Well, that's not really on them to prove it. As much as I'd like to say I could, I can't. But let me ask you, can you prove that I did? Yep. As much as I'd like to say I could, I can't. But I will ask, how often do you visit there? Hardly ever. There's no reason for me to be there anyway. There's no reason for you to be there. Is there an echo in here? If something is bothering you, I'll just add it to my testimony. I'll consider it. Thank you for noticing. Let's add it to your statement to your testimony. Oh, let me add, I never went to the art room. There was no reason for me to be there. Can we prove he was in the art room? Meet with Hugh about that report yesterday. Important. Yeah.
Objection!
Oh, okay. Yeah, I made my first mistake. I was doing really good on this part, really good. I only made one mistake. But it doesn't, the mistake is, it didn't say meet in the art room. That's the thing is.
Hold it!
You had no reason to be in the art room. Really? The lawyer course I'm in is supervised by Professor Beats. Plus, I'm not a member of Professor Court's art club, and so why would I even go there? What about the art class? Heh, nice try, but seniors don't take art class. Alright, then let me ask you. Wait, I just remembered something important. You did. I scored only 100% in all art tests I took through junior year. Ugh. That's it. Right. Always happy to indulge in some ego stroking. Anyway, what to ask next? Why did you stay past the last bell? Yeah, that's... Why would an honor student like you ignore the last bell? I wouldn't say I ignored it. I was simply running a little late. Do you remember exactly how late? Heh, you're a stickler for details, lady. But if I had to say, it was maybe about 10-15 minutes. If you think it's that important, I'll add it to my testimony. I was hoping you'd say that. The final bell had rung 10-15 minutes earlier. No biggie. October 23rd between 6 and 8 p.m.
Hold it!
You ignored the last bell for no reason. Shame on you. No, shame on you. You pressing me for no reason. Well, people do run late sometimes, like you on the day this whole case began.
It appears we have a culprit in the case of the pot calling the kettle back.
Hey, too, Your Honor. Now what? Ask another question. How to prepare for the mock trial. Please tell the court what you were doing on October 23rd, the day before the mock trial. This is, I think, where I'm gonna get it. Hey, that's an easy one. Nothing in particular. Oh, I got him now. I got him, this is it. Nothing at all. You didn't help with the preparations. Heh, you don't get it, do you? I was merely playing the role assigned to me. I left the preparations and the like to others. My job was to be mentally prepared. Junie put her heart and soul into getting things ready while he just sat in his behind. Just to reiterate, I spent most of the 23rd meditating at the archery range. I didn't talk to anyone until the school closed at 7 p.m. That's a lie. I suppose a few archery club members did come and go while I was there. But you didn't talk to anyone. Not a single soul. He's lying. I got him now. That's right, I didn't say a word to anyone until the final bell at 7 p.m. I see. This is crucial information. Please add it to your testimony. This is it. This is where I got him now. I don't know if you're bluffing, but if you are, you have a pretty good poker face. I didn't talk to anyone until the final bell. I've been meditating alone at the art. Yeah. Here we go. Look at this. The diary. 23rd. Meet with Hugh about that report yesterday. Important. This.
Objection!
We got him. He's done. So, you didn't talk to anybody on October 23rd. Are you sure about that? Heh. I already told you. My word is as good as gold. Okay. Then how do you explain this? And don't spare any details. Sorry, never seen that before. This is the victim's planner. She recorded all of her plans in great detail. Take a look at the page here. It reads, 23rd, meet with Hugh, and important. Don't you find that interesting? Well, where'd you get that? The key word here is important. You say you were at the archery range all day. But you also said a few students came and went while you were there. Doesn't sound like a great place for an important talk.
But the entire campus was buzzing with activity before the mock trial. Where could they have possibly had a private conversation?
The art room. I thought about that too. The situation changes after the last bell.
What's this now?
The witness stayed after the last bell. You already have a private talk with the victim, am I right, Mr. O'Connor? This is insane.
Must we go through this yet again? I suppose you also have no evidence as usual.
No, I don't have any direct evidence. However, the witness was meditating until after the last bell, and he attempted to conceal his private meeting with the victim. Heh. First, Robin, now me. Who are you going to accuse next? You're just another unscrupulous attorney looking to get ahead. Don't let him get to you. He's definitely hiding something. I mean, he was supposed to meet with the victim around her estimated time of death. I had my suspicions about Robin, but you seem just as guilty. These, three are the only possible suspects after all. Mr. O'Connor, answer me this. Did you meet with Professor Court that day? Sorry, Mr. Jailbird Prosecutor, I don't mean to steal your thunder, but I've got something to say.
If it will save me some trouble, then by all means speak away.
If you were to recall, Miss Sykes, the voice on the tape recorder was female. Knowing that, I'd like you to explain how I could possibly be a suspect. Oh, he has a point.
Impressive. Golden Boy here does shine gold indeed. Care to take on the reins? You're more than capable of prosecuting this case.
Sorry, but I'm studying to be a lawyer.
What a pity. To think such a genius is to be wasted on mere lawyering.
He's hiding something still, too. He's still lying. He's lying about something.
Alas, your moment is here, Sykes Dono. Time to refute Golden Boy's statement. And prove that you're the young prodigy worthy of the badge on your label.
Did he lay any more pressure on? The voice on is mistakenly female, so there's no point arguing about that. Yeah, you're right. In which case? To whom does the voice on the tape really belong to? The victim. The victim. The voice on the tape belongs to the victim. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Objection!
Are you mad? The voice in the recording says you're a goner. That is something a murderer shouts at their victim, not the other way around.
Yeah, that is a problem. You're a goner. You're a goner. You're a goner. Athena. You're a goner. You're a goner. What could it mean? You a corner. You O'Connor. Wait a second. Oh my god, I didn't even realize it too. You're a goner. You're a goner. It's Hugh O'Connor. Hugh O'Connor. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. How did I not notice that? Damn. I was doing so well in this case too. I was doing so well. I correctly guessed that it wouldn't make sense for Juniper to do the murder following her script. And I also guessed correctly that that Robin was actually a girl. But how did I miss this? This was damn, that the developer of this game did a really good job with this story. That was really good too. Whoa, Athena, you're scaring me here. You're scared. I'm terrified for even coming up with this. With what? Prosecutor Blackwell, you wanted to know if I'm worthy of my badge. Well, I'm about to show you why. Despite my age, I can wear it with pride.
Oh? Then can I take it and you won't be changing your argument? Still, it stands that it's a bit odd for the victim to be the one yelling, "You're a goner."
I agree, if that's what the victim was saying, but it's not.
I assume you have something to back up your assertion, Miss Sykes.
Not exactly, but you don't have to add fuel to the fire, Your Honor. To his fire, Your Honor. Is indeed Professor Court's voice on the tape, and she was shouting because she was... threatening O'Connor? Nah. Being threatened by O'Connor or scolding O'Connor? I would like to call one basic fact into question. Is that shout on the tape really saying you're a goner? What are you up to now, Athena? Professor Court's planner says she was supposed to meet with the witness for an important talk. Perhaps our witness, despite being a genius, had done something wrong. And this made Professor Court get angry with him during their private meeting.
I don't see how this changes what we heard on the tape.
Well, if you want to see how it changes things, let's try a little experiment. Your Honor, I want you to yell at the witness as if you're mad at him. But, and this is important, use his full name.
Oh, okay. Let's see, Hugh O'Connor.
Heh, what did I do to deserve that? Yeah, like that. Now try again, but faster.
Hugh O'Connor. Hugh O'Connor. Hugh O'Connor. Hugh O'Connor. Wait a second. No, this can't be.
Objection!
You think I'd spend this energy to lead you this far if it wasn't true? But it is, Your Honor. Humans are not perfect, that's a scientific fact. We sometimes mistake shadows for monsters, or the wind for voices.
Now that you mention it.
You can do this, Athena. Just give the old guy one more little push. The sound of the tape recorder never was the phrase, "You're a goner." That's only what we thought we heard, when in fact it was the witness getting yelled at. The court will note that this is different from the selective hearing men are so good at. I think you're right, but what was that last part again? The thing about this is, this is actually realistic, and this is actually true, is, when you have detectives, investigators, and law enforcement, there are actually things that a female detective will notice that a male detective won't notice, and there's things that also a male detective will notice that a female detective won't notice. This is actually true, especially when talking to suspects a lot of times as well. So this is actually true. This is actually something that I learned in school. I had one of my professors that he basically said a female detective will notice things a male detective won't notice, and a male detective will notice things that a female detective won't notice. So it's good to have a really diverse team because you get to have that whole viewpoint. Never mind, the important thing is that the voice that was recorded isn't our client's. And since it was the victim scolding the witness, he must now join the list of suspects.
Objection!
I had thought that testimony would suffice, but it seems it has come to this. I will not allow such fallacious quibbles to upend this case. The prosecution has one final piece of evidence to present to the court. Oh, this better be good. Evidence? What's he going to pull out now? Feast your eyes on this photo, and let me see the insolent look vanish from within them.
Let's see here. Oh, it's a picture of the defendant and the victim.
Okay, how is this evidence that she killed her?
The photograph shows the professor and student preparing for the mock trial together.
Wait, was this taken in the art room? The room where the murder occurred?
Indeed it was, but the revelations do not end there. Do you see the clock on the wall? It reads 7:05, a mere 5 minutes before the voice was recorded on the tape.
But do you have proof that this picture was taken that day? Do you have proof of that? What? Do you have proof that the picture was taken on that day? It could have been taken on another day.
The accused brutally stabbed the victim to death 5 minutes after the photo was taken.
School camera photo added to the court record. A photo of the art room while preparations being made. Taken on the day of the murder. But is there proof that it was taken on the day of the murder?
It seems that the defendant's culpability in this crime is quite obvious.
Junie was with Professor Court just 5 minutes before she was murdered. What now? Nothing I can say can change that fact.
Understand now? You can believe in your client all you wish, but try as you might. Such misplaced faith will inevitably be cut down before the cruel, steely blade of truth. Listen, Missy, the person you like to save more than anyone else in the world. I'd be willing to wager that your defense isn't what they desire.
But... I became a lawyer so I could...
You still fail to understand, after so much pain and defeat. The courts are not the play yards of little children dressed as lawyers. So before you break your back in failure, run along home and grow up.
He thinks I'm giving up now. He's got another thing coming. I have to find my inner strength if I ever hope to save him. But I can't think of any way to strike back. The worst times are when lawyers have to face their biggest smiles. That's impossible. How can I smile under circumstances even if I forced it? This is better than that. Who knew Blackwell had one, waiting in the wings? Why didn't that twisted samurai just present it at the beginning? Wait, maybe this was his real plan. Was he just trying to show me how weak and powerless I am? Maybe he's right, because I really haven't gotten a clue. Who's the real killer? Who murdered Professor Constance Court? Robin Newman, a girl who had been forced to live a lie as a guy? Or was it Hugh O'Connor, the honor student who met with Professor Court?
There seems to be little reason to debate the defendant's guilt any longer. The time for a verdict has come. No!
No! That's not gonna happen, man!
What's the meaning of this? You can't interrupt a judge about to hand down a...
Hehe. Maybe, but false verdicts are a no. What? Miss Newman, please explain yourself. Juniper's not the killer. I know because I know who the real killer is. You do. You know who the real killer is. What is he up to now? Yup. I know because the real killer is... Oh, this is probably gonna really throw me off now. Me, teehee. What? What? It was me! I did it alone, just me! I don't get it. Why is she confessing? She's confessing to protect Juniper, that's why she's confessing. She's not the killer. This is looking really bad for Hugh. I'm starting to really suspect Hugh at this point now, too. It has to be Hugh. The only people that I can think it could be, it's either Hugh or this Aristotle guy. It's either them. I don't know how he could have gotten the script, but I've never liked him from the start. I have a bad feeling about him. So it's either Hugh or him. The reason she's admitting to this right now is she's protecting Juniper, because if she admits to it, Juniper is not gonna get accused. People do this in real life also. People actually do admit their guilt for something they didn't do to protect somebody else. This is actually happening, but she's not guilty, and neither is Juniper. I don't think that she's a murderer.
Miss Newman was witness near the stage. That's even a related photo of her. The more I think about it, the more suspicious she seems.
Robin Newman isn't the kind of guy who pins the blame on friends. Just so he can walk free. Get it over with. Declare me guilty already. What the hell is going on here? Please, wait. Juniper, what are you doing? Thank you for all you've done, Athena. But you'll have to forgive me. I can't let my friends take the blame any longer. Junie, no! Don't do it. You and Robin have done nothing wrong. They have absolutely no connection to this case. The real killer is me. I alone am responsible for the entire crime. No, you didn't do it. Why are you covering?
What?
Junie, you know that's not true. Hurry up and retract your statement. I'm afraid it is true. Forgive me, Nina. What is going on here? This is insanity.
Order, order! Will somebody please explain what's going on here? I see right through your cheap ploy. School rules state that a prior conviction terminates one's eligibility to graduate. A guilty verdict here would make whatever dreams one had go up in a puff of smoke.
Oh, I wasn't
aware. Even meek little mice will fight when cornered. Pitiful spectacle, I might add. These vermin are trying to protect each other, now that they've nowhere else to run.
Protect each other, wait. So is Robin just trying to protect Junie too? Exactly. If so, then the real killer is... No, don't tell me he's gonna confess too. Heh, this whole thing's a joke. Uh-oh, now it's Hugh's turn.
What? What is wrong with kids these days?
Is he gonna confess now too? I know it just crossed your mind, Miss Sykes. You think I'm the killer, don't you? Wow, he really is a genius. He even knows what you're thinking. Heh, I think it's about time I told you the truth. And I'll even get right to the point. It was me. I did it. Oh my god. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. Ugh. This case is a giant mess. Okay. Now at this point, I'm convinced that none of them did it. I'm honestly convinced of it. That they are all friends. They're covering for each other. I'm fully convinced that none of them did it. It's... I only see one of two possibilities at this point. It's either they all had some part in it, something to do with it, because at the start in that cutscene you saw all three of them like around the body, it was like in a hallway. So either all three of them had something to do with it, or they're all lying to protect each other. None of them had anything to do with it, and it's actually this guy who did it, this Aristotle guy. But why would he kill the professor, though? Maybe, she was, and remember what, actually, you know what? I think I know what the motive might be. Because remember that Clavier said that she values honesty and truth. Always, no matter what. No matter the circumstances, Professor Court always valued honesty and truth. And this professor would always talk about, that you have to do whatever it takes to win a trial, no matter what it is. That it's, you know, the end justifies the means. That's basically, what if she knew something about him doing something illegal in court? Some kind of fake evidence, or something like that, and he wanted to cover it up, so he killed her. That's a possibility, but how did he get a hold of the script? So I think it's that professor. I think he's the killer. Wait. What? Now both potential suspects are claiming to be the real killer. I'm so confused right now. If you still have doubts, how about I detail my murder plot? It's about absolute genius.
Enough of this nonsense. This is a court of law, not the set of some high school drama. I see. I have no choice. I'm afraid I'll have to. Oi!
Wait, your baldness.
I'm sorry, Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm in no position to hand down a verdict just yet. I'm hoping the defense and prosecution can come up with some airtight evidence. That is why I'm giving you both the rest of the day to continue investigating this case.
Pinch me. Think I'm dreaming.
Fine. Do as you wish. This brings today's proceedings to a close. Court is adjourned.
What a mess. Wow. It ends here. Okay. What a mess. Oh my god. This, I gotta say though, I gotta say about this though, this is so far my favorite case in the entire trilogy. Out of all the cases that I've played so far, this one 100% is my favorite one. Yep, I would say this. This one is definitely my favorite one. My second favorite one was the one with the Yakuza, where the nurse had basically, you know, tried to pin the murder of the corrupt doctor on the Yakuza boss's son on walkie-talkie. My third favorite one was the last one in Apollo Justice. That was it too. So I guess we'll wrap it up here, guys. This is turning into a giant mess here. I wonder how accurate I am. I'm convinced at this point it's Professor Aristotle. I don't think any of them did it, but it's, oh my god, what a mess. What a giant mess. It's like, I have played so many Ace Attorney games. I played the original Ace Attorney games. I played the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I've never played this game, the Apollo Justice games. I've never played them. But out of all the Ace Attorney cases I've ever done, I've never seen a case like this one, where it's like there's so many people admitting to the crime all at once. There's other cases where people admit to the crime when they didn't do it, but I never had it happen where 3 people are admitting to the crime at once. But thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. If you did, you drop a like. I'll have the next part for you guys as soon as I can, so you guys aren't waiting, because I know a lot of people are probably going to want to see how this ends and how this keeps going. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.